Hey, you know who's here? Coach T, Terrell Sally Holloman, and I am back for a special video. If you have not seen my content, I'm usually on Tuesdays, 7:30 in the morning, but here I am talking about something that's really, really important. Okay, so stick with me, stick through it till the end. Try not to take a long time, but I want to talk about how here in the United States, Donald J. Trump, the president, has, as of February 4th, 2025, has delayed the tariffs to these major countries that import a whole bunch of stuff to the United States, okay? Mexico and Canada. He still went through with China, which is 10% and 25% for Mexico and Canada. Now, how does this affect someone that is dealing with lupus, someone that has issues what's going on in their body? And we talked about some of those things. So if you have not know what lupus is and what it's about and what it can do to your body, check out some videos that I have on my channel. But I want to talk to you guys to let you know it is so important to recognize what's happening in your neighborhood in the United States that's going to affect your health. And this is really going to affect the fact of what we're eating, in terms of what we're spending, in terms of how we're going to get resources to keep ourselves healthy, because that's what I want us to do, is stay healthy, because we can combat lupus. I'm telling you, I am definitely a testimony of that. And since 2008, no record of it in my blood work. So let's do this together. So we're talking about the tariffs, right? And it's happening. And I know it's a sense of worry for some people, a sense of, I don't know what I'm going to do, but we're not going to think about it in that way, because God is still in control with everything we do in our lives, okay? But I just want to educate a few of you that don't know how this will affect you in terms of what you eat and in reference to your health. So hang on with me. I'm going to explain it down. Now, tariffs are like a tax. I used to be a tax accountant back in the day. But taxes, we all pay here in the United States, okay? I would like to say everybody does, but I don't know. Some people probably don't. But you pay taxes, and the IRS, collects them and distributes it out accordingly, right? So each state pays taxes. Not every state has what's called personal tax, but tariff for United States is being imposed on Mexico, Canada, and China. These are three countries that support us in reference to different goods and services and foods that we need in order to really operate here, okay? And when you have a business that's carrying imports means there are goods and services coming into the United States. The United States exports means that we're going stuff on out. We're sending stuff out to different countries. But I'm telling you, it's almost like a war right now. And Canada is probably considering, like, hey, what can we do to the United States since you hit me with this 25%, what I can do? And Mexico's probably thinking the same thing. It's just unbelievable. But right now, what can you do as a person? Okay, while they're up there bickering back and forth the countries, what can you do as a person? And I'm going to also let you know what particular services and goods and foods that's going on here. I'll probably do more foods, okay? Anyway, so I'm thinking, okay, wow, this is going to impact you going grocery shopping. Now, let you know, in the United States, a big thing is the Super Bowl, which is coming up this weekend on Sunday. So you probably won't see too much right now, okay? Because they want you in the grocery store. They want you shopping, buying all the things like the pizzas and frozen pizzas, hot dogs, hamburgers, bread, chips, dips, ice cream, whatever you can use at a Super Bowl, chicken fingers, and go into the different fast food places to get all this stuff for your parties, okay? So they're not going to hit you right now, but they are thinking, I'm sure they're in those boardrooms, in those conference rooms, thinking, how can we continue to survive and make a profit? Because we know in 30 days, or the president might decide to change his mind. I don't know, but I'm just saying, in 30 days, hey, we're going to get hit with these tariffs. How the heck are we going to survive and still make a profit? So what's going to happen, I'm telling you what's going to happen, is they're going to put it to you, the consumer. The person that is shopping for her family of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or yourself, you're going to go to the grocery store, and after next week, after the Super Bowl, you're going to see the prices just like, what's going on? I knew last week it was only $3. Now it's $8. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Or it could be worse. It could go to $18. I don't know, but we don't know. But what you can start doing and give you some recommendations what you can start doing right now before I tell you which particular stuff is definitely affected. Is the first thing you can do is start to have smaller portions. Okay, I know that's a thing for some people. You love to eat the food and all this thing. That I know in Texas there's a lot of big food when I've gone to Texas. And here, I know over the East Coast, we definitely have stuff that's big. You go to diners, you go to restaurants, everything's big portions, okay? But we can start making smaller portions. I mean, your body doesn't really need a lot of volume food to survive, okay? The next thing I thought about too is gardening. Start getting some seeds to plant in your backyard and start getting some education on gardening if you don't know already. Or if you live in an apartment, you can get the little Trello things and start that too, and start having some actual fresh fruits and vegetables to work with, right? The last thing I thought about is fasting, okay? I know fasting has different ways of doing stuff, but usually when I fast, not all the time. It depends on what's going on. But you can fast without food. So you would go from maybe 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, to maybe just one good meal a day. And I am figuring, I'm really sensing that we might have to get into that new eating habit where we're only eating once a day, so that we can continue to still have energy, but eating the right, correct foods that don't inflame the body, but also gives it boost in the body and gives it energy and stuff. So you'll have to start thinking about, okay, what good foods can I do during that time to eat, but also supplements also help too, depending on what they are, to give us what we need and for our bodies to function 100%. Okay, so those 3 things I told you, right? Smaller portions, gardening, and fasting. Okay, so those 3 things. Now, in reference to the countries that we're talking about, which is Mexico, Canada, and China. China, I understand, is a big import of frozen fish fillets and different meats. Okay, so maybe you decide that you will stop eating the meat. That's totally fine. But the fish has great brain food, so that might be a source of contention for some people, because now the price of certain frozen fillets are going to go up. So you might have to pick a different fish to eat instead of that one, right? Okay, now we're dealing with Mexico. Mexico's the big one. They're south of the border to us, right? Big, huge country. As they're competing right now with the United States with regard to the fact that our president is putting a tariff on them in 30 days or less. Who knows what the president's going to do? They're thinking, okay, what can I do in order to kind of, go with that? So what tariffs can they put on the United States, or what things can they do with the United States since they're putting this on? So I'm telling you right now, the business owners and manufacturers, anyone that supports this trade in reference to the tariffs, they're looking at ways on how can I continue to have a profit without sacrificing the fact that I have to eat. In other words, I have to pay for these tariffs. So it's going to come to you, the consumer, the person that goes grocery shopping. So the big ones that we get from Mexico, avocados. That's why I said right now you probably won't see a big deal on avocados, because the Super Bowl is Sunday and people get a whole bunch of guacamole for everything, right? So avocados are very, very healthy. It's a great fat to eat. So avocados is a big one. Tomatoes. Again, tomatoes is a big source of great food for a lot of people, right? Tomatoes you can put in spaghetti sauce. You have pizza with tomatoes. You have it in salads. Some people just eat it by itself, but it's a great fruit, and some people say vegetable, that actually helps, a lot of times in your body, unless you're allergic to it. Okay, and most time a lot of people are allergic because of the pesticides, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, tomatoes is a big import for here to the United States from Mexico. So imagine you getting hit with 25% on that. That means tomatoes going to go up. Okay, raspberries and strawberries. Berries are really good for your body, antioxidants. Oh my goodness, great source of fruit to put in desserts or just to have by itself, right? Or put in a fruit salad. But that is something else that's coming out of Mexico to the United States. Also, believe it or not, bell peppers. I love me some bell peppers. So this is really my heart on that one. Bell peppers, oh my gosh, that's another one coming from Mexico. But then we also have sweeteners. Now, sweeteners, we kind of know the names of the sweeteners. Y'all guys heard it, you know, the equals and all that stuff. But sweeteners is another one that comes from Mexico, right? So maybe now people decide not to have as much sugar in what they're doing and eating, which I definitely encourage not to have as much sugar. So those are some big ones. And, you know, with Mexico, we get 51% of the fresh fruit from them and 69% of vegetables. So just imagine the prices that would be hitting the grocery store. So we need to look ahead of time, like now. What can I start doing in terms of my household so that I could still be healthy? Maybe I need to eat different fruits and vegetables now, or do I need to start gardening, fasting, or smaller portions? There are options out there, guys. There are options out there. It's a big business. Next one, Canada. Oh my gosh, Canada is north of us, right? So the foods that come out of there to the United States are like the meats, the pork and the beef. So you're a big pork and beef person? That's going to be interesting. Okay, grains and grains, you know, usually the grains that we can make different foods like breads and stuff like that and crackers and stuff like that. Oil seeds and oils we know we use for different things. We put it in salads. We actually cook with it. So that's a big one. Of course, their veggies are more like the potatoes and the lettuce and spinach with a lot of French fries, right? French fries, potatoes, or just actually having a potato, a plain potato, or putting some broccoli or cheese on it, or maybe no cheese on it. And I believe I saw dairy for Mexico. I can't remember. I have to look that up for you guys. But these are just some of the goods, some of the fruits and vegetables that I'm talking about. There also, you think about China. China imports a lot of stuff in terms of electronic stuff for us, the oil in terms for your gasoline. I already told you about the fish. There's a lot of things that come out of China that we rely on, and I believe that's the word I'm looking for. We rely on a lot of these services and a lot of these foods for our pleasure, for our entertainment, or just for just living. And now we have to take some time to really think about how are we going to go forward over the next whether it's a year from now or 2 years from now. How am I going to really cook and feed and make sure my family is healed from the foods that I'm serving them? Okay, so I just want you to know that. And I'm also going to have a video about Super Bowl on how we handle that. But you know, and alcohol, that's the other one I was talking about. Alcohol is another one that's imported to us. That tariffs are going to be hit on that too. So maybe you decide not to drink that particular brand, or you just cut it out altogether. I'm telling you, these are things that are happening right now, guys. So when we are looking at our bodies, and you only have one, especially when you're dealing with lupus, we really have to consider what options we have so that we can continue to stay healthy, so we continue to improve our body, so we can continue to run on more than 50% of the body, because we are putting really good food in, and we're able to live our lives, live the lives that God wants us to live. So we can do this together. But I just wanted to come here with a short video to let you know tariffs are really happening. There are going to be changes. Just be ready, because when you're ready, you don't have to get ready or stay ready. I forget how it goes. There's a little saying with that, but I guess I have to figure that out. But good to see you guys. I'm glad I can help. And let me know if there's any questions or comments with regard to this. I'll be glad to answer what I can and what I know. And if you know anything, let me know too. Okay, see you at the next video. Bye-bye.